Welcome back everyone to my channel here on Firm Learning. This is the Christmas edition of Firm Learning. So welcome to another coffee break. Indeed, a Merry Christmas to all of you. I feel honored that today I have my sister with me here.
Yes, hi, I'm Carolina, I'm Heinrich's sister and I'm joining him for this new video. I'm excited.
First time on the channel, so
Yes.
It's a pleasure, Carolina. Please be nice to her in the comments, because what we have planned here for today is a little Christmas edition, a personal edition. I hope that this will help you better get to know me, and also the other way around if we have some conversations about this in the comments. Because what I asked you to do on the Instagram is to ask me a couple of personal questions, personal things that you would like to know about myself. And I screenshotted all the answers and sent them to Carolina. So she has them all on her phone now. So I trust she will now pick a couple of the questions that you sent me. And let's see what I will answer to that. And Carolina, you agree that you didn't tell me in advance what questions these would be, right?
No, I didn't tell him in advance, so it's going to be a little surprise for him.
Surprise.
Okay.
So let's go.
Let's start.
Indeed.
First question. Who inspires you for your success and creativity?
Oh, that's a good one. And here, frankly, I think there are many people who do inspire me, probably both on the personal and on the professional side. So I had the pleasure to work with some extremely inspirational, motivational people over the course of my career over the last years. And I don't want to say any specific names, but there were several past colleagues, also project leads of mine, partners of mine that I worked with and that I really enjoyed working with a lot. Some other friends of mine who I meet at university, who I regularly see, now founded some startups, other careers, also some very inspirational people. And for sure, lots of things that I learned from these gentlemen and ladies in the past.
Okay. How did your first marathon go?
My first marathon was, I believe, 2017 or 2018 or so in Paris. So I ran the marathon in Paris there. I wasn't much of a runner before. The furthest thing that I could do were maybe 10 kilometers or something like that. But that was quite a stretch for me. And then it was actually my wife who motivated me to do a half marathon. She was always much more of a runner than I always was. And so then I remember that about a year before this marathon, we signed up for a half marathon in Munich. And I managed to do that then as well. And then I got some confidence that probably if I could do the half marathon, I would also be able to then run the actual marathon. And so over the course of a year, I did some training, practiced. And in the end, yes, I made it in Paris, and then 1 year later I ran the marathon in Munich. And then I wanted to then also the year after do another marathon. So my idea was to run one marathon a year, but then the whole health situation prevented that, and then the marathon got cancelled. And now, frankly, I'm a little bit out of shape. So probably for the new year resolutions for next year, this is one of the things I need to tackle.
So how many marathons did you do in total now?
2.
2. Okay, so.
But Carolina, I know that you are also currently running a lot yourself. So probably some things I should learn from you and get inspired from you.
But pretty far away from a marathon, I think.
Baby steps.
See. Yes. Okay, so you spoke about your wife already. So now the question I think everyone is kind of asking themselves, how did you find your wife?
Yeah, so I'm together with my now wife already for many, many years. I met her at the beginning of university. And it was actually on Odeonsplatz, which is quite a big place. Everybody from Munich will know it. And I met her actually after Oktoberfest. So I was on Oktoberfest, you know how this goes, like leather trousers, some beer and so on. And then afterwards we left, and then we were on Odeonsplatz, and then I saw like a random group of ladies standing there. I was with some friends myself as well. And then we approached them, and this is how I got to know my now wife.
So you just talked to her?
I just talked to her with a little bit of confidence from drinking the one or other Maß at Oktoberfest. The locals know what I'm talking about. That gave me then the confidence to approach them and talk to her. And yes, many, many years ago. And then 2 or 3 years ago now we got married.
So how many years ago was that?
In 2019.
2019. Nice. Okay, it's a German question. So which topic are you educating yourself on currently?
So It's a good question, right? And I mean, during my current role at Building Radar, where I currently work as a chief revenue officer, one of the topics that now I'm focusing more about, which of course also heavily relates to what I do at Firm Learning, is online marketing. So currently I'm learning a lot about online marketing, copywriting, creating sales funnels, sales structures. This of course is a big important topic also for Building Radar and what we do here at Firm Learning as well. So yeah, currently lots of books under my bed about these topics.
And you like to listen to them, right?
Some also on Audible. This is a service that I use to listen to them, but some also in the written, printed book format.
Nice. What brings you joy in life?
Oh wow, that's a philosophical question. And even though I did study philosophy many years ago and have a bachelor in philosophy, I think this is a question that's often very difficult to answer. But in my specific situation, given that this year our baby girl was born, the answer is of course quite easy. So we feel so blessed that since April actually of this year, we have a baby girl that's part of our young family. And of course, she brings us joy every single day, even though it's of course not always easy and sometimes also quite tiring. She's more than making up for that.
What have you learned about yourself since having your daughter?
What do you think about it? Did I change in any way since I have a daughter?
Not really, I think. I think you're still the same. Not much. Actually, no.
Yeah, I mean it's an interesting question, right? So do you change because you become children? I mean, surely your priorities shift, and surely now this is a new big responsibility, of course, that you have in your life, and surely now you have to think about new things that you didn't need to think about in the past. So a couple of days before we decided to actually take the train here to the rest of Germany, our girl was sick, right? So we wondered, can we now do the train ride because she wasn't feeling well, and thankfully she recovered in time. Of course, this is a new layer of complexity that we didn't have before. But I must say, beyond these more or less obvious things, I don't feel like life completely changed for me, to be honest. No.
What's your advice on work-life balance and balancing career aspirations with family needs?
I mean, here for sure, this is one of the things where your perspective does change also after you become children. So I remember when I was working in consulting, it was very common for me, no problem at all, to obviously work late in the evenings. I remember my first internship that I did in consulting. I spent with the team in the office. It was like the first or second day. And then around 7 or 8 p.m., we decided to go for some dinner. And I thought, yeah, sure, why not? Let's have some dinner with the team. And then I was eating something. And then I must say I was a little bit surprised that then after dinner, everyone was going back to the team room. So we're going back to the team room and continuing to work there. Probably this is just a sign of my ignorance that I didn't inform myself enough before I applied for this consulting internship. But at that time, that was normal. That wasn't a problem at all for me. And frankly, I know many people also with family that decide to continue this career path. But the truth is, of course, that many people also, once they get children, then at some point decide that maybe this is the time to spend a little bit more time home with your family, with your children, because of course it's great to also see them during the week, see them in the evenings. And this was not the main reason why I left the firm, the consulting firm, because that was already when I didn't have a child. But surely now, thinking back at when I was still working consulting or having a child at the same time, that would have been quite difficult.
Okay, so then this is like 3 questions in one. First, what drives you? Second, what are your pillars? And 3, how do these pillars impact you in your decisions?
Here probably also the truth is, it's not that I have these big drivers where I could say this is why I do the things that I do. The pillars, if you mean this, like the virtues, the values that drive you. Also here, I think I would struggle. But one thing that I really liked, it's part of an organization I was part of as a student. In Germany, you say Leistung, Initiative, Verantwortung. Leistung, Initiative, Verantwortung. I feel like this is quite strong of a group of words. So Leistung means probably performance. Initiative means drive, initiative. and Verantwortung means responsibility. I find these three pretty good and sound principles that you want to follow, right? So of course, the things that you do, you want to do well, performance. You don't just want to do the things that you're asked to do, but also have some initiative, be proactive, right? Think about proactively yourself. What are the things that you want to shape and build and create in your life? And then third, of course, responsibility at some point is the question. Are you responsible, of course, for your family, for society? Can you transform the things that you do to become a force for good in any sense? I think these are questions very well worth to be inquired.
Nice. Something I can learn here as well.
I'm glad you can.
New Patagonia vest, which one do you recommend?
So I think yesterday I posted an Instagram story and then I got some questions on this new Patagonia vest. Indeed, my wife gave this to me as a Christmas present. As you see here, not sure if you can see it, this little firm learning embroidery here. So I like Patagonia vests quite a lot, but I feel like at some point, especially over the last 1 or 2 years, I'm a bit afraid they became even more of a cliche that they already were a cliche. So not sure if I can really continue.
Maybe you shaped the cliche? I'm not sure.
I don't know, but I think they look cool. It's also really nice under a suit, maybe, you know, also in the team room in consulting, just to stay warm. Then at some point you can, you know, take away like the upper part of your suit and then just wear a dress shirt with the vest. At least this is something that is very well accepted also like in the big consulting firms, also if you work client side, and it's at some point maybe a bit also more comfortable and comfy than maybe the more traditional suit setup. So I like this, and probably this is also the reason why many other people like this as well.
What's the best advice you would give to a business student coming from your experience? Maybe then personal advice, or
I guess it's probably important to, and given that I know that many people watching this channel are interested in consulting, it's important to probably understand rather early whether this is a pathway that you want to do. Because surely if your goal is to join one of the big leading consulting firms, you need to really move in that direction as fast as possible, right? So I mean, this has to do with grades that you need to write, so some level of academic performance. This has to do with some internships that you need to make, also the right cadence of internships. I mean, you do need to transform also your curriculum vitae, your pathway in the direction. And this level of activities and of performance is maybe not needed if you are also interested in another career path. So probably it's really about understanding what you want to do rather early on and then moving in that way. And then, of course, there are many other things you can do as well if for whatever reason this is not what you want to do. And I guess that's also very fair, and you can have a fantastic and fulfilling career following some of these other paths as well.
I think that's it, because there were a lot of obviously career questions and should you do an MBA, career advice, and we don't want to cover that.
Let's keep it personal for this one. So many more questions to cover in the following Q&As. So thanks for joining. I guess that's it, Carolina, right?
That's it. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to many more videos with you, yes. Carolina. Let me know in the comments whether you want to have more videos with Carolina in the future. Thanks to all the members of From Learning as well. I will include the names here somewhere. Merry Christmas to all of you. Enjoy the festive period and a good start to the new year. And I'm looking forward to many, many more helpful videos in the new year. So stay tuned for that. All the best. New videos on this channel every single Saturday. Cheers.
Bye-bye. Subscribe.